yeah, it sort of went from, oh, we can afford to do this, and this person's complaining, blah, 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 to we should probably pay attention and focus now, or else we're not going to get anything done.
Yeah, so what were the positives of working together as a group? What were the good parts of it? What do you think you did well as a company? What were you good at?
Bringing ideas.
Bringing ideas, yeah?
Getting scenes done quickly.
Yeah, you always seemed to come up with a scene, didn't you? We never went a week without there being something new, really, if we were working on it. There was always something in there, wasn't there? Something a bit new.
Concepts.
What else do you think of it? What do you think, Sam?
No.
What do you think you put? What do you think as a group? What do you think you? What are the qualities, the positive qualities that you have as a company?
I think once we do have an idea, we kind of only kind of go up from there. Really, we kind of expand on it until it's kind of complete. Like we're really kind of persistent with how we'll get a scene done and stuff. That's what I'd say. Yeah, it's once we've kind of got an idea, we all kind of pitch in on it. Once we've kind of all agreed on what's going on, we'll expand it.
What do you like rejecting material? How would you say you like? Do you know when it's time to let something go?
I would say we do. I'd say at first, especially at the start, we're really quite reluctant because it's a few of us quick to go, no, that would work, and then a couple of us are like, well, why don't we try it? And so at first it can take a while, but towards the end we're just sort of like, this is probably the best, this is the easiest, this is the most effective. With time it all comes together, but at the start we are quite adamant against each other, I would say, when it comes to whose ideas go where and what gets used and what doesn't.
Do you think you've reached a kind of process point on this piece now that you can, something clearly, say for instance, Tanya very clearly came in with an idea for that scene with the song, the Beatles song. But do you think the rest of it is almost melded into, can you remember whose idea was what now? Or do you think it's become like almost like a...
Yeah.
So I think that's a nice way for it to get, is that you kind of, oh no, that was mine, I did that. But I always say about that monologue, I wrote that monologue. I can say that because I'm a teacher. That you kind of, it would be hard now. I'm probably sure in your little heads now you're thinking, I know, I tried that bit, I did this bit. But do you know what I mean? Like it's become almost like a melding into something where all the ideas have become something. Even though I know we know that scene because it's, it's true, isn't it? That scene, we know that it's very clearly sat there and
but really,
then developed.
Yeah, because there was clearly a piece of physical theatre which created Catherine and Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
There was these three photographs which were created all together.
Yeah.
This is what I mean, where if we have just a vision what we're going to do, like in the scene 3 where we had 3 different groups.
Yeah.
We know what we need to come up with. We need 3 characters, we need 3 scenes, we need 3 activities, and then each group created something, because what Fee and Matt created and Catherine, what you created, I didn't know it till I saw it. I was like, okay, Beatles, yeah. So and then, and then scene with Kieran. Well, I think we mostly was together, because if Kieran told me in this day like, no, I don't want to try your idea. I don't think it's going to work. We would go with the monologue.
Yeah, so I think there's a good even working within the group, isn't there? That you're kind of just fulfilling what it is you need to do and working together pretty well. Okay then, so what about your own skill set? What are the things, the strengths you bring to it as an individual? I'd like to hear about what it is you bring to it. So we'll actually go around the circle for this one. What are you bringing to this, Matt? What's your effectiveness? Your own your devising skills. What do you bring to it? Your skill set, mate.
Well, I wrote the monologue for Viva, helped overwrite it, which did I not? Yes, that's it. Yeah. Which I brought to it. For me, I struggle to see where it will go. So I just sort of went with Stanislavski and tried to think of a natural monologue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So generally, so in devising, where do you think you're, what are you good at? What do you bring into this party? Hands off there. Strength. What's strength? What's strength?
Can't think of any other one.
Let me help him out.
You put him on the spot now.
So you've got time to think about this now. But don't worry, we'll come back around to do your weaknesses, don't worry.
Yeah.
So can everybody help out? What do you think it was? And really,
Matt, when you did your workshop, what did you say were your strengths? Because you had to put what your strengths were in that workshop.
We'll come back to you, okay? But honestly, don't fear praising yourselves. You're at that level now, you should be able to praise yourselves and say what you're good at, be able to reflect on what you're good at.
Well, I think you're very supportive to any idea, you just go and do it. I mean, you don't ask questions. Well, I don't know if, I think it's good because when sometimes people might just don't go with your idea. But for example, with my idea, you just, each time you were very supportive, it is really great.
So good team working,
Yeah.
good theatre company rules. Okay, good. But you think you're drinking coffee and that's of it.
Gallon a day.
At least. She's had that since she's been in here, so she's got through, she's got like a thing up the sleeve into a vein. What's Fee good at? He's quite quiet in the process. Do you think Fee's quite quiet in the process? But actually, when she comes to perform,
She's a good listener. She doesn't say much, but she'll listen to what someone's saying and be able to do it straight away.
so takes direction well
Yeah.
and performs well.
Well, I think she has a great ideas because when we worked together as a couple, if you ask her questions, she has her opinion on it.
Oh, so would you say your strengths are maybe working in the smaller groups
Yeah.
rather than everyone together? Do you find that a bit much, or do you prefer that smaller?
I feel like I do better in smaller groups.
Okay. Kim, your strengths.
I'd say
Based on feedback you've had from, as well, from...
strength. I mean, it's a bit similar to Fees, but I'd say always listening and being able to get up on his feet, because I think one of my main problems is trying to put in ideas, which I'm very bad at, unfortunately.
I think I've seen real improvement over this project on that. Definitely see a growth in your confidence, a huge growth.
So yeah, just like listening to someone's idea and then visualizing it, like picturing it, and then getting up on its feet. So like when Tanya was explaining her whole idea, I was able to picture it and kind of how to get up on the stage. So I'd say that's probably my strength.
What about your actual performance feedback you've received from Mark and too? He's a big fan of yours, isn't he?
I'm able to play the guy with dementia.
You had good praise for your performance, haven't you, from your characterisation?
Believable.
You're good at using your research to create a character.
Yeah, it made sense, didn't it, based on your research? Okay then, Catherine? Are you kind of saying your weaknesses as well as we go around here? Is that what they're kind of just happening, isn't it? Alright, you can do that, that's fine. So your strengths in devising and what you've brought to the party.
I think I'll try ideas out. So if someone has an idea, I'll just go and try it and just see if it works. But then I'm kind of like Fee, like in a bigger group I won't really put much across, but in a smaller group I'll have a lot more input.
Okay. Tanya?
I'll tell strength and weaknesses.
Go for it.
Okay, so, well, I found my strength as what I've developed. I've tried myself as a director because I've directed small scene, but it was really unforgettable experience with all of you. And also I've tried myself as a writer, and I found it really useful to when you try the scene out and you think, well, it doesn't go wrong, and you go home and you keep thinking about it, it's just there, and then it bumps and it's something there, and you write it, and it's much easier when you have your idea, when you wrote it down, because you can tell your idea, you can show it, and then you can give it as a script, and everyone understands it, so it's really...
You have your scripts, don't you?
Well, yeah, I post them on our Facebook group. What else? Well, my weaknesses, I'm not really a team player, so it was difficult for me to be a part of the team. I've never tried to be like a team player. Because I think never mind, yeah.
No, explain.
Yeah, so I think I need to develop it more, to be more...
Less of a lone wolf.
Yes, well, maybe it's because I'm from other country and I automatically think, well, I'm not same as you, and maybe it's just in my head.
No, the same as anybody, a lone wolf.
Yeah. So, I think during our trips together, during our lunch together, things like this, they just make me feel more as a part of our team. So, as I was thinking...
Moving here into teams.
Yeah. Well, because if we work as a devising company, it's really important to be part of...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
As a company, you've got to work together, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got to get to know each other.
So, but still I think it's... I need to develop it more. And other weakness, I didn't really try to be more as an actor in this performance. I was sure that it is not what we need for this performance for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a decision you've made, isn't it, as a group? You've already said that earlier on, that this feels like there were some characters and some support and so, like different roles within it, weren't they, for different reasons to help move the story along.
Yeah.
People to wave cloths.
Yeah.
And people to stay along.
Yeah. I think it's important sometimes just to give other people, just to realize that it is not about you. You need to step back and give other people to be a star in this. Not like I give you a
mission.
Yeah, but like let people just do something else.
Yeah, that's a good point now, isn't it? That point of accepting the fact that it's you don't count your lines in the script and say, oh, I've got 10, you've got 10, you've got 10. It doesn't quite work like that for every performance, does it? Because everyone has a role to play to make the piece the best it can be. You can't all have the even amount of things. It will be different than other stuff. But yeah, that's a good point. Fair point.
I need to listen more. Because sometimes I didn't listen to you. I mean, you were talking there and I was thinking about what we should do next. Then I just interrupt you. And I think sometimes maybe Chloe or Sam or you were quite maybe upset. You were thinking like, oh gosh, are all Russians acting like this? Oh my gosh, what is it? But no, it's me.
It's Tanya.
Yeah, just...
Oh, that's good. That's a nice, honest point you've made there, Tanya.
Yeah, but
Jamie, strengths, what did you bring to it, devising skills-wise, and then your weaknesses and areas for development?
Okay, so strengths. I'm very much the same as the others. I work better in small groups because as a big group, it's so hard to speak. Everybody wants to talk all at once at times.
Adam likes to talk all at once.
Yeah. And scene-wise, I feel like I'm good at making ideas what to do with the scene, like just making discussions with other people who I am working with, like we could do this, we could do that, oh, do you reckon this would work, do you reckon that would work? And then I would like suggest, let's try this out, if it doesn't work, okay, try something else.
I'd say, can I just make a suggestion that I've noticed? I know you've spoken about it out loud a lot, is actually you do think, you're very thoughtful about your characters. You really think about the backstory for them, even if it's like a small bit of, well, yeah, you do think about those a lot, so there's a bit of development in there as well. That's something to reflect on as a strength.
I also tend to mention to others, oh, do you reckon my character would think that? Because I reckon my character would react to that. So
Yeah, I suppose you need to do that then. If that's
Yeah.
what you think it is a good.
that's the habit of the question that I ask a lot.
So areas for development.
Yeah, so my weaknesses, I don't feel I'm that great at ideas, and I'm someone who tends to listen to other people's ideas, and I tend to agree or disagree whether I feel it would work or not. I'll try it out, I'll always try out people's ideas, but then I decide for myself after, even though I don't always say it, like, I don't know how I feel about that, I don't know if I agree with that. And my other weakness is when I'm performing or talking, like, I struggle with T's, I struggle with fuzz, and yeah, I do feel that needs whatever voice too in my weakness.
Okay. Right. Adam? Please.
Strengths. I mean, I can lift up pretty much anyone in the group. So like, no, genuinely, like when we do lists, like I can.
Human pyramid. Let's try it.
No, but like you get the idea. I can.
Physically strong.
Yeah. I'm not even physically that strong. I'm just like. I can just lift people up and throw them around like rag dolls if needed. But like.
Can you tie your strengths into more sort of devising stuff rather than throwing people around like rag dolls?
No, we'll just get to cruelty.
I mean, like, sometimes I can come up with ideas that, you know, sometimes they're usable or bearable or they're workable with some edits, but...
Yeah, I'd certainly say you have a lot of ideas. Definitely, you definitely have a lot of ideas, definitely.
Yeah. Weaknesses, I'm quite quick to shoot ideas down because I'm not academic, I'm not very good at theory work, so when we talk about things in theory, I will just sit and prod holes in them, which as a result means it's a struggle to do them in practice to see if they actually are like efficient, because I'm just sat there like, well that wouldn't work because of this, that what if this happens, what if that happens?
So
I
maybe
overthink a
negative
bit.
in places we need to.
Yeah, I can overthink a bit.
Okay.
Also, I'm not that strong in my core, like just as a general side thing.
Not strong with
Core, just a
oh,
general
your core.
side.
Oh, that's good. It's a movement-based thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Core strength as well. Okay. Right. What about you lot? I'm exhausted. Let's call it a stop there. Sam?